Hey, Adam here with a simple and fast review of the OKKMAX Cordless electric lawnmower. This has 2 batteries. We're going to open it up, show you what it looks like, test it out, and of course let you know whether or not it's worth buying. Alright, so as we get the box open, you'll have your instruction manual. This was a loose piece, so just be careful not to lose any pieces as you kind of pull things out. This looks like it is going to be my catch for any kind of debris. Inside there's also a box here that's kind of falling apart, so just be careful. This looks like it's the double battery charger, so just be aware. That's exactly what it is. Again, this is going to be a pretty good sized debris catcher, grass catcher, clippings catcher. It does need to have this clip in a little bit, so just be aware of that. And again, easy portability, which is nice, and looks like it's got a little bit of an air flap to kind of let air blow through out here beyond just the general area. I have a couple boxes here. This is probably the batteries. Yep, battery number 1, 4.0Ah, 20 volt. Should fit right in on top. Clicks in. Now I'm just going to put this piece down just until I know what it's for. The other box, probably another battery. So again, just going to clip that right in. And you have a simple wall plug. So we'll get these charged. Let's see if this one looks like it comes 2 out of 3 bars, so 66%, 67% charge for each one of them. So we'll get them all charged up. Then we've got a little bubble wrap layer and the actual mower here. Will require some assembly, it sounds like. With good plastic wheels here. We got 2 different bars that we need to connect. It is connected already, so just so you know, this will be your kind of pull bar to get things moving. Then we have a couple pieces on the side here that will probably go in to latch it into place right over here. So just be aware of that. A couple other pieces. Read your instruction manual on how this all gets put together. We have those 2. We have these 2, so 2 of each on those. And then looks like I've got another little piece here that I just dropped and I'll go find, and a secondary one of these. So we do have 2 of these here, and then show you that. So we'll go ahead and start to put this together, follow the instructions, and then we'll do some mowing. Alright, so assembly should be relatively easy. Basically, you're putting together 2 bars. 1 bar right here, which attaches to the main power bar. So the only considerations are kind of the install at the bottom. This pipe right here, this bar fits right into like this little plastic piece. It's pretty self-explanatory. There are some adjustments, so you can kind of see the notch right here, so you can make it lower for yourself or higher depending on kind of how you're setting it up. I don't think these are the most easy and obvious ways to kind of tighten, and there's no set way to kind of latch it. It's not super intuitive. The directions are fair at best on how to kind of set that up and make it look right. And the same thing happens at where you're attaching these 2 bars. You're just going to kind of use this screw against the pole, and then you're going to again kind of tighten and then kind of latch. But I don't know if it's supposed to go down or up. I don't know that it matters, but there's just no clarification on it either way. And as far as I can tell, I do have an extra one of these just in case. I'm not quite sure if that's going to plug in somewhere else or not, but we will see. As far as battery installation, it looks like we're going to be putting the batteries in here. And then there's the adjustment capabilities on your height of your grass, how high you want this to be running. As you can see, it says anywhere from, well, maybe you can't see, hang on. Anywhere from 25 to 75. And then as far as installation, I'm going to show you on the back here. It looks like it's prepared to be a mulcher. So we're going to kind of check that out and see what it can do there. And I believe your bag's just going to go right into the back here and install through there. So we'll go ahead and check that out. All right, so I'm going to do my best to kind of show you how this goes in. So there are two notches right here and here, not this thing. This is kind of a different plug all together that you will need to remove. I think, yeah, that'll come out if I don't want to be mulching. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of fit this in, and I'm hoping you can see this, where those two pieces hook on, right about here and right about here. And I'm hoping that's still in camera. And then you're just going to kind of push that down into place. It should latch in a little bit, and then drop, and you should be good to go from there. As far as the battery installation, again, let me kind of walk you through this. Let me turn this around real quick. So hopefully you can see it a little bit better. We're going to be utilizing, this area, and let me bring it down and see if we can get a good view. I probably will not be bagging, I'll be mulching, just to clarify, so I'm going to put this plug back in just so you know. But it looks like we're just going to kind of stick this in. Just like so. And I guess, I'm not sure what this is actually. It's going to be a safety key maybe, just to let me know that it can't run with that out. But we'll put the other one in as well. And then I'm just going to let this dangle. And we should be able to turn this bad boy on from there. So I'm going to remove this real quick just to make it a little bit easier to see. Remove the back and we'll take it from there. So I'm going to spin this bad boy around. Alright, so let me clarify. That pin needs to actually be in when you're trying to power this up, otherwise it will not work. Alright, so once this is all set up and powered up and ready to go, I want to point out that this does not just automatically go on. You will have to press in this orange button. And let it go from there. As soon as so you'll press this in, pull the orange lever, it should kick on, and then from there you'll just need to kind of adjust, to let go to turn it off. There is, as you can probably see, a little foam grip here. And one of the things that, again, I think is nice is that it is pretty light still. So, I'm an old dude, but it's a pretty light lawnmower. And just to give you a view of what the bottom looks like, do my best to kind of show you there. You're going to have a pretty small deck, just be aware of that, and you are dealing with plastic wheels. Sorry, there you go. You can kind of hear the plastic. So just be aware of that, both front and back are plastic. And that's that. So I'm going to just go ahead and mow a little bit and test this out. But first I'm going to power up the batteries just to get a feel for what kind of battery length I get from them. All right, so you can see the difference pretty clearly already that this thing does. So it does a really nice job. What it does look like though is that the mulching capability isn't that great, and it might be just because it's wet, but it looks like I'm gonna have to use this as just totally bagless or bagging mower, which is fine. I happen to like the mulching capabilities, but we'll see what it does. So we'll run this thing out and test it out a little bit more with the bagging feature installed, and I won't show you as I'm mowing like I just did. I'm just going to turn this off, and then we'll show you what it looks like when all done, and really respond about the battery. So just a quick update. As you can see, not finished, and I would say this is a small front yard or small backyard mower. It's done a really nice job, don't get me wrong, but I had to empty it like, I don't know, 4 times, just covering this area, which is pretty big, but like I've got a whole backyard and another side yard that I got to deal with still. And the battery's dead, so or both batteries are dead, so not a lot of coverage as far as you know. I did both sides and was working my way back in, so I go to about I'll walk you out there so you can get a better feel. Right about this edge here where you see the spouts coming out is where I cut it off, and so going to the street again, give you some real perspective. It's a decent amount, and there's a truck driving by, so you get a good feel for the distance. So not bad. I mean, it does a good job, but you know, if I'm doing my whole backyard and everything like that, I'm charging this thing like 5 times probably. Probably exaggerating, probably like 3 to 4 times, and I'm dumping it a ton. So not bad for a small job. Won't work for me, but you know, definitely worth buying if you are looking with a small yard. Now, one really super positive is it's so light that going forward, backwards, moving this thing around is the easiest thing I've probably ever done as far as a lawnmower. So weight wise, it's fantastic. So if you're elderly, not strong or anything like that, a really good option. But again, just small yards is probably best. So hopefully this review helped, and thanks for watching.